My name is Virginie Robars. I'm a sculptor.
My name is David Peterson. I'm the creator of Mouse Guard.
My name is Gary Gianni, and I'm an illustrator and a comic book artist.
My name's Michael, Menno Mivable, that's Thai.
I'm Mark Nelson, originally from North Dakota.
My name is Craig Elliott. I'm an illustrator, jewelry designer, concept artist, primarily.
Actually, I make mixed media sculpture.
And I do a fantasy book about mice with swords.
What else can I tell you other than that?
I'm a freelance illustrator based out of Oakland, California.
I do design for animation, some live action film, animated TV shows, and then a few video games.
My work is between sculpture, fashion, illustration. There's a bit of everything in it, dressing, clothing design.
I do it in kind of an illustrative style with a lot of emphasis on pen, line, and texture, and then try to do somewhat muted colors, more like a watercolor style, although I use digital colors.
Right now I'm working with Harcourt on Princess Bride, the 40th anniversary edition.
I work in a lot of things. I work in pencil, I paint, I use oils, I use acrylics, and watercolor. I'm not a big gouache fan, but you know.
I just did a Cylon engagement ring, 2 Cylon heads stuck together, rubies for the eyes.
You have to see it to understand what it is really.
You can edit that out.
Pretty new to all of this, really. Kind of just quit the day job a year ago, so.
I also I have a whole line of fine art that I do, oil paintings mostly, sell in galleries in Paris and New York and some in LA.
What does spectrum mean to me?
It's almost like too difficult to put into words.
A lot of things, especially for me.
It's a chronicle, right?
You're getting a little bit of everything, and everybody's kind of welcome. And I'm sure it's a little cliche to talk about it being like a family and a community, but
This is what everyone finds in Spectrum, is a whole community of people sharing things.
There's really nothing quite like it and nothing quite the same quality.
Spectrum has been a really sort of a nice benchmark, to use the academic term, of contemporary fantasy art, and it is a juried book, so you're going to get quite a range of different kinds of styles and different kinds of things happening in the book.
some of it's more realistic and the fantasy element is much more subtle, and some of it is stuff that could never exist and can only exist when it pours out of someone's imagination and onto the paper or into a sculpture. But we all don't fit into the other places in the arts community, so we have each other.
For French people, it's very important, things like Spectrum, because my work and my French friends' artwork who work in the fantastic art field or fantasy, our work is not recognized in France at the right value. It's not valued as other works. So Spectrum is a very precious thing for us.
Because you've got the editorial, you've got the sculptural, you've got all these different kinds of level of just fantasy art, which when you take illustrators or different other books, it wasn't happening. They didn't have a lot of that in it. And so people now, they've added the whole comic book thing into Spectrum, so now it's becoming even a nicer world of a great cross-section of all of this stuff.
It's a benchmark. It's a standard that is set every year. And I think it means that we all have something to work toward every year, and we can't rely too much on what we've done last year.
I respect everyone that is in it and everyone that's a judge, and it's so neat to know who's picked what each year and who else I'm in the book with, and seeing new people, and it really feels like this is my community. And
That chronicle, that to just be able to sift through the kind of recent history of our field is beyond valuable, really, and to kind of see what's timeless.
So in that sense, it's great, and also a little bit of how should I put this? You can never rest.